I'm DiJuana Davis, and I'm currently employed as a Metro Schools bus driver. Well, I'm a mother of 6, a grandmother of 2. I have 2 daughters and 4 sons, a grandson and a granddaughter. Yeah, back in 2019, my daughter Treasure had gotten really sick, and I ended up having to take her to the emergency room to see what was going on with her. At first I was thinking it was maybe like appendicitis or something, because she's like one of my kids that never complain about anything, and so for her to be sick, I knew it was something serious. We got checked in and all, but when the patient registration representative came by and asked for our insurance cards and stuff, and I was letting them know all of our, information, she told me that Treasure didn't have insurance. And once I called, I found out none of us had insurance anymore. Come to find out, the correct address was not in the system. My packet was mailed to the wrong place. So I never received it, and I wasn't able to renew my packet. And we got cut from TennCare. As time went by, it was like medication and stuff that was needed. I wasn't able to really get that. I was having to share my children's. They had the same like asthma medication, but I was having to share to make it work or whatever, because prescriptions could be costly or whatever. And with us not having insurance, I didn't have insurance to pay for prescriptions either. I have a son with autism. I have a son with an autoimmune disease, autoimmune encephalitis. It's very important for us to keep insurance. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to go on, especially like after I had my baby and I almost died. I think that's the first time I really experienced postpartum depression. I didn't know what I was gonna do.
The A.M.C. case was filed just on the eve of the pandemic in March of 2020, and it was to challenge the failure of the state to accurately determine people's eligibility for TennCare, which is, for many people, literally a life-saving source of health care. Making those decisions accurately and fairly is of crucial importance, and the state was failing to do that.
I felt that it was important for me to pretty much become an advocate for everybody else, like the voiceless people that lost their stuff and probably it didn't come with a navigation system, so nobody really knew what to do. I knew I had the right to appeal, but a lot of people that lost their stuff, they probably didn't know that they can appeal, or probably didn't have the energy to go through the whole process.
Well, I think all of the story in the A.M.C. case goes back to the clients, and the clients were really the stars of the show. DiJuana Davis was one of the clients who testified and told her story about the impact it had on her healthcare decisions and the lack of care that she received during the gaps in coverage that she had. A lot of the case was about sort of creating a fairer system within TennCare so that when mistakes do happen, there's a mechanism to remedy those. We eventually engaged with TennCare after and were able to close that gap.
We're not suing for damages. There's not some big reward at the end of this. She's doing it purely for other people, so they don't go through what she went through. And that's the story of all of our clients. We don't sue for damages. We sue to try to correct systems. And so when people come forward as witnesses or clients agree to be plaintiffs, they're really doing it just for other people.
TJC means the world to me. Everyone I've met there, Mr. Bonneman, Miss Michelle, Miss Nora, everyone that's had, their hands in on my case, I could never repay them for that. They stood by me, they were patient. They treated me and my family like we were somebody, whereas TennCare treated us like a nobody at times. They saved my life.